this beautiful field in Pennsylvania. What a great life Sweet Lou gets to live, but I think he's earned it. His foals have earned more than $64 million, led by the 2023 Horse of the Year Confederate, who was bred right here in Pennsylvania and gets to come back and live out his life with his dad once again. Ronnie, take us through Sweet Lou. What a ride it was.
Yeah, it still is. I mean, like, he still probably makes us more per horse than any horse we have racing right now. So, you know, he was a great 2-year-old, you know, good 3-year-old, good 4-year-old, then the best at 5. He just he hit his stride, and he was just, for 8 weeks, he was the best horse in the world.
I drove him at 2 and 3. He was fantastic. I mean, his 2-year-old year, the Breeders' Crown, I'm not sure I've ever seen a 2-year-old do what he did. There wasn't an aged horse that could have beat him on the card that night. It was blowing snow sideways, had to be 15 degrees out, and he went 49, Wendy. I mean, it was just unheard of, you know. Everybody was zooming it on. Then he came back and won the final, just wrapped up. Just unbelievable colt.
But looking at Lou in the background, Lou has a heck of a life, I'd say.
He does, yeah. He is one of our favorites here. We use him to actually teach all the new employees how to collect. He's just super easy to handle and laid back, and he comes in, he knows his job. I mean, we don't really ask a whole lot of him other than he gets to collect those 6 days, but I mean, they get pampered. He'll come in and get bathed. And
Lou was definitely the horse that kind of launched you and took you into really progressing into the stakes program.
Yeah, and probably too also with the breeding and stuff like that. We would have never bred our own horses without him. You know, that was something we didn't do, but due to who he was, you know, we went out and got him mares and stuff like that. And, you know, most of our better horses now are our homebreds.
Super chill. He likes to be next to the mares, so we kind of put him next to either the retired group or a couple mares that ship in to get bred to him. He just kind of hangs out with them, so he's easy going.
He's definitely chill, but he's cool too, right? And he knows it. He knows
yeah,
it.
he does know it for sure, definitely.
Thinking about Sweet Lou, he's cool.
Yeah, good, cool horse. Just really, like I said, very nice horse. Just don't correct him. He wants to do it his way. You let him do it his way.
Where do you think he ranks in your career favorites?
No question, number 1. And I was lucky enough to get to drive some pretty famous horses. I got to drive Arts Place for Gene Regal, you know, and you know, Lou, the connections, Ronnie and Mark and Mikey, it was just perfect.
What was it like being around Lou just on a day-to-day or sitting behind him?
It's funny, he was a horse that could get away from you so easily. I trained him one time that everybody pretty much knows, the week before the Meadowlands Pace in 48, and I had to bench myself because I was like, I just liked going fast with him so much. So I knew he could always, at any point when you asked him, he could just go like no other horse.
He doesn't have the entitlement like feeling like everybody else when they come in the shed. He comes in, does his job, and I mean, I hope that he can pass that along to his offspring, and they all just kind of know what to do. Confederate has shown that so far. I mean, we had to teach him for probably 2 weeks before the breeding season started, and then now he comes in, does exactly what he's supposed to. He's in and out in 5 minutes in the shed. So.
Now, when you see his offspring, that you've had many of them and just continue to be impressive, I feel like Lou is doing great.
Yeah, no, right now he's the best sire in the country. I mean, probably the best sire in the world. I mean, he has 500 foals this year. You know, he's doing everything that we ask of him and more. So, sires colts, he sires fillies.
Tell me a little bit what it was like to drive him, and also when did you know that you had a good one to sit behind?
Yeah, pretty much right away. The first time we baby raced him, he was just special right away. Could accelerate and relax. He had a good mind. Go 0 to 60. Just right away, I knew he was probably one of the best horses I ever sat behind. And you know, he pretty much swept through the card, went to Kentucky, swept through Kentucky, and then went up to the Breeders' Crown. And you just have to watch the elimination in the final. It gives me goosebumps still.
Now, what do you think is a fun fact about Lou that people might not know about him?
Sweet Lou likes to play with a bunch of traffic cones. So if we give him any sort of toy out in his field, he'll toss around and just kind of play with it.
Like, we didn't sell the Southern breeding rights. We kept them, the original partners, and then we teamed up with Woodland Standard in New Zealand. And, you know, last year I think he did 410 between New Zealand and Australia. So, you know, it's a big thing. You know, he gets, you know, 550 between the 3 states, and That's pretty impressive. I think he even does some in Ireland too.
Have a little bit of an ego in the field,
They
right?
do, yeah. So Patrick for sure likes to be the alpha on the farm. So we try not to put any other stallion next to him because they'll sit there and they'll just run back and forth along the fence.
One characteristic, if you had to say, that was him as a racehorse that you see in his offspring?
High speed. High speed. The ability to carry his speed for a long time. More than anything, high speed.
If he threw anything that looked like him, and, you know, he marks his horses, which is great, you know, with the blaze. And, yeah, I knew he was a can't miss because he's one of the most intelligent horses. You know, Nancy talks about Carl. This is the same kind of horse. I mean, he's just a perfect horse. Never did anything wrong. And I think he passes along to a lot of his babies. You know, you look forward to the Lou's because you know they're going to have a good head on their shoulders. They just have such a good mind of just relaxing the scores. You know, if you need to light a fire under them and show them, you know, you need to get involved early, they do that. They wake right up, and then not many of them can you stir up and then get them to settle back down again. And that's what makes a great racehorse, and that's what he passes off, along with just, you know, quick turn of foot.